Welcome into Group Chat Sports. This is Group Chat Football Live. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The transfer portal, it's here. It's officially opening tomorrow, but we're starting to get some names trickle out here, D. So we have everyone covered. Again, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Transfer portal news, recruiting news, coaching movement. We've got everything covered here at Group Chat Sports. And we have some breaking news here as one of the best wide receivers in the country. Syracuse All ACC receiver Trebor Pena is headed to the portal. This is huge news, D.
Yeah, this, like you mentioned, one of the best receivers in the ACC, one of the best receivers in the country. So it didn't announce it. It is announced that he is jumping in the portal. Had an outstanding season for Syracuse last year with Kyle McCord. Was a big part of their resurgence. And now you hope, if you're a Syracuse fan, they keep the momentum. It's going to be hard when you lose everything they lost on the outside, then losing this dynamic slot player. Also, I don't know what it says about Syracuse quarterback situation that he's jumping in the portal, but there he goes. 84 catches last year, 941 yards, 9 touchdowns, 11.2 yards a carry. Plus, he had 12 carries rushing. They had handed off to him. He was a returner as well. Super talented player. You compare him to other slot receivers, he's a little longer and faster than your average slot receiver. He can make plays downfield. Again, he has a little bit more size, so he's not your 5'8", 5'9" kind of guy. He's closer to 6 foot, 185. So this guy's going to have a huge market. But the early reports, when you look at Chris Hummer from 247, Miami making a strong move for Trebor Pena. He's someone who left Miami last year for 120 plus yards. So they know exactly what he could do. Saw him in the Carrier Dome. And the interesting thing is that Miami really wanted to add some speed on the outside. Pena, more of a slot receiver, but does have speed. Probably more speed than Restrepo, who was an All-America for Miami last year. They're going to get compared inevitably. Hispanic guys, ACC receivers, both really, really good. I think Pena, more of a speed receiver than a Restrepo was. Maybe a little bit longer, not as heavy. So this would be a huge, huge get for the Miami Hurricanes. They've been looking for that veteran number one receiver to go along with JoJo Trader, CJ Daniels, Malachi Toney really making a move there for them in spring, the true freshman. They add Pena. I think that would supercharge that room and give them exactly what they want from a speed standpoint, from a proven production standpoint, from a veteran standpoint.
And there's a comment here from Javi Kane who said, why would Miami waste a spot on another roster guy with Malachi Toney, Nikar, and Ray on the roster? At one point, you need to see what the kids you recruit have. I would say this is an all ACC player. I don't think you turn down a first team all conference player at pretty much any position, maybe outside of quarterback right now, because of course you brought in Carson Beck.
Yeah, no brainer. I mean, this is an all ACC player. You bring him in, he's an impact guy. You don't have to bench all the other guys. It's wide receiver. Last year he had 4 wide receivers play a lot. They're all gone, right? So there's one spot going to a dynamic player. You have CJ Daniels. So let's say 2 spots on transfers that you expect to step in. You still have JoJo Trader that you're hoping for production from him, but you haven't seen him yet. I think he's going to be very good for the Hurricanes. So there's opportunities beyond the 2 spots, assuming Pena does go to Miami, which is this just happened. So that would be speculation. But look, Miami wants to add a top receiver. This guy certainly fits the bill. You're talking about one of he played in the ACC already, so you know what he can do in conference. He's one of the absolute best receivers in that conference, along with Restrepo, who you just lost. So you replace Restrepo with Pena. Does he play more outside? Give Malachi Toney some opportunities at the slot. I think he's capable of that. He's tall. He's 6 foot, 185. He has long speed. I don't think that's impossible that you put him outside and he gets the work done. But we'll see. This is all very early. This just happened. But what we do know is if you're Syracuse, you're not feeling very good. If you're Miami, you're feeling great that you're being mentioned with the Pena. If you're a team like Michigan, Oklahoma, some other teams that could use a wide receiver, you're making calls, because to me, this is one of the best receivers in the country. He's been on an upward trajectory, entering his 5th year of college football, super experienced, but trending in the right direction with an absolute breakout season last year with Kyle McCord.
Canes Cats Heat 305 asking to see his stats. And he had 84 receptions, 941, and 9 touchdowns last year. 84 receptions. Obviously, with McCord there, they were throwing it all over the place, but highly productive. And he's not small either, D, like you said.
Yeah, and this is, again, you're in the ACC. This is a preseason first-team All-ACC player without doing anything other than staying healthy from here till when camp opens. So I think if you're Miami, you are 100% all in on this player. And I think if you're Michigan, Oklahoma, like I said, some of the teams that, in my opinion, need to add a wide receiver of this caliber, I'm making that phone call. USC, another one. I think if there's certain teams that I just think could use a player like
Georgia's
this.
added a lot, but you think they could still dip back into the receiver market?
100%. Tennessee might be tough now because the quarterback situation. They could certainly use a wide receiver. North Carolina could always use wide receivers. There's a lot of teams. We didn't even mention he's from the Bronx up in the Northeast. How about Penn State? Right, Penn State has really, they didn't have very much receiving production last year, and they lost their top 2 receivers. So if you're Penn State, if I was Penn State, I'm making a huge run at Pena. He's from the Bronx, so he's close-ish to where you're at. That would be somewhere that I'd be pushing hard.
And we've got Canes Cats Heat 305 digging deep into the numbers here. He said, I like his stats. He says, UConn 7 yards. What happened there? We'll have to go back and watch the game film there, man. Maybe he got nicked up early or something. But
I know he had 120 yards against the University of Miami, so we'll see. That was not the best secondary.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't a great pass defense for the Canes last year.
No, but this is an outstanding player. By the way, we got a lot of new listeners here, probably tuning in for the Pena News. Appreciate you guys joining us. This is Group Chat Sports. This is me and Pete's official podcast talking about college football transactions all over the country, commits, guys jumping in the portal, guys jumping out the portal into a new school, trying to keep up with all the comings and goings in college football. We're on pretty much every single day breaking down the latest. So appreciate you. Throw us a like. Please throw us a subscription if you can. Support the show. And again, we'll keep you up to date on all the comings and goings in college football. But this one, man, with Trebor Pena this is seismic news. And maybe people think I'm overstating it, but you'll see the market for this guy. This guy's an incredible player.
Well, and I was going to say the market, I think a lot of the market, it kind of reflects what we see in the NFL, which positions are highly paid and their importance to the team. Wide receivers, very highly paid spot right now. This is a guy who will make $1 million at wherever he plays next season.
Yep. It'd be good to be his agent. And again, emerging guy, 5th-year player. Usually if you don't see 5th-year receivers, right? Receivers typically, if they're this good, they're gone. But he's someone who's just picking up at the right time. He probably could have gone pro last year, but I think he just wanted to cash in on his last season of college. And then also, he was an all-ACC player. Maybe he wants to be an all-American player like a Xavier Restrepo. He has that ability. His trajectory, to me, points in that direction.